Spotify says its best developers haven't written a line of code since December thanks to AI, it says in this TechCrunch article. Has AI coding reached a tipping point? That seems to be the case for Spotify at least, which shared this week during its fourth quarter earnings call that the best developers at the company have not written a single line of code since December. That statement from Spotify's co-CEO, 𝗘𝗺𝗏 came alongside other comments about how the company is using AI to accelerate development. Pretty impressive if that's the case. Of note, Spotify pointed out it shipped more than 50 new features and changes to its streaming app throughout 2025. And most recently, it has rolled out more features like AI-powered prompted playlist, page match for audiobooks, and About This Song, which all launched within the past few weeks. At Spotify, engineers are using an internal system called Honk to speed up coding and product velocity. The company told analysts on the call this system allows for things like remote real-time code deployment using generative AI and specifically Claude Code. I wonder what that setup looks like. It would be interesting to see some video of that, how they're using it. That would be interesting. I'm wondering about this with the remote real-time code deployment, what that means. And then it continues. As a concrete example, an engineer at Spotify on their morning commute from Slack on their phone can tell Claude to fix a bug or add a new feature to the iOS app, 𝗟𝗏𝗏 said. And once Claude finishes that work, the engineer then gets a new version of the app pushed to them on Slack on their phone so that he can then merge it to production all before they even arrive at the office. Yeah, I think that's cool. I wonder if they have some stage environment, so when you create a new pull request, if it then spins it up so you can try it before merging it, or how they do this with the review and deciding if it goes into production. But yeah, it would be interesting to see if they could release more details about that, how this workflow looks like. Spotify credited the system in helping to speed up coding and deployment tremendously. We foresee this not being the end of the line in terms of AI development, just the beginning, 𝗟𝗏𝗏 said. The exec also touted Spotify's ability to build a unique dataset that other LLMs could not commoditize, the way they could other online resources like Wikipedia. That's because there's not always a factual answer for music-related questions, he said. For instance, if you asked what workout music is, you would get different answers from different people, sometimes based on their geography. Americans tend to prefer hip-hop overall, though millions prefer death metal, and while a number of Europeans would work out to EDM, many Scandinavians like heavy metal. Yeah, so they have quite a big data set with all their users and their playlists that they can train an AI on. So yeah, that's quite good advantage that Spotify has. This is a dataset that we are building right now that no one else is really building. It does not exist at this scale, and we see it improving every time we retrain our models, 𝗟𝗏𝗏 noted. I think that's quite cool what they do with AI. And then it says, analysts on the call also asked about Spotify's approach to AI-generated music. The company explained that it's allowing artists and labels to indicate in a track's metadata how the song was made, but is still policing the platform for spam. That's good, since you don't want a lot of AI slop being posted. I'm just talking from my personal experience. During this last week, I've been using Claude Opus 4.6 and ChatGPT 5.3 codecs. And I had a meeting and I got some feedback of what I've been building. So I went through that feedback and then I just prompted the AI to fix those things. And I gave hints where to look in the code. And I think it gave very good results. So I think now with the tooling around the AI, with the Claude Code and the ChatGPT codecs, that now it's reaching a point where it's very usable. I think just during the last year, I think we have seen a tremendous improvement to the tooling around the AI. And it will be interesting to see how it continues to develop, how much better it will become over time. So there are places where I think AI is very useful, and I think it's also good to make a good agents.md file and then think about the architecture you're building your app with, so to make it logical for the AI to find the code, to more follow standards of how to structure the folder structure and things like that, and also with the virtual slice architecture to keep features in isolation and not spread it out over the whole code base. I think the AI responses get better then, and also when the AI is working on a feature, that the context can be smaller if you isolate those things to one place. So I think it would be interesting to see in the future how code bases are more shaped to work well with AI, and it will also be interesting to see what the tools are developed and how they're improved, like with 𝗏𝗏𝗏. So for me, it's not like always AI is helpful, but in many cases it is, and I think it will be interesting to see in the future how much better it will get. Please share in the comments what you think about prompt engineering, and how do you see the future? How will it look like? Please share a comment, and we will see each other another time. Bye bye.